Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Awesome. So today we're all about KeKe Palmer.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, we've got interviews, bio info, the whole 9 yards.
Buckle up.
Right. Her journey is wild. Early success, family, Hollywood. We're even going to touch on that Usher concert everyone's still talking about.
I mean, where do we even begin?
Yeah.
She's got this incredible drive.
Seriously.
You think about it, a millionaire at 12.
It blows my mind.
Yeah.
12 years old, a millionaire.
That's not just talent, right?
No way.
That's a whole support system firing on all cylinders.
For real. Okay, so let's break that down. 12 years old, millionaire. Practically unheard of. Keely and the Bee was massive, no doubt, but behind that success, family sacrifices, big time.
Huge.
Her parents, they moved to Hollywood, put their own lives on hold.
And we know they weren't exactly, rolling in dough at the time.
Right. Talk about betting on your kids' potential. Shows you the power of family.
For sure. In a field like that, it's sink or swim.
And there's even this story about Peake's earnings, like supporting the whole family, her sister getting an allowance from it.
Wow.
It wasn't just KeKe's money. It was a family effort.
That changes things, doesn't it?
Totally.
Not a child star isolated, but like a unit.
Yeah, a unit working together.
Makes you think, how many success stories have that kind of foundation?
So true. Now picture this. You're KeKe, 14 years old, already famous.
Oh, wow.
Ice Cube, the legend himself, gives you advice. Guard yourself. Be careful who you trust.
Heavy stuff for a teenager.
Right.
Honestly, advice that could make or break a career.
Especially in Hollywood, everyone wants a piece.
Oh, yeah. Everyone wants a piece of the next big thing.
Sounds like KeKe took it to heart, though.
Definitely sounds like she set those boundaries early on.
Which brings us to a quote from KeKe that honestly just stuck with me. I never looked in the mirror and didn't think I was beautiful. But what I hated was that other people thought I should feel less beautiful just because I wasn't a particular skin tone.
Man.
It's powerful.
Hits hard. It really speaks to that insidious nature of colorism.
Yeah.
Not just Hollywood, but everywhere.
Everywhere, you're right?
KeKe's not just, stating a fact. She's calling out a whole system.
Oh, for sure.
A system that tries to define beauty so narrowly.
It makes you realize how crucial representation is.
Yeah.
Seeing diverse beauty celebrated, not just tolerated.
100%.
Otherwise, you internalize those messages like, you're not enough.
Exactly. Impacts self-esteem, opportunities. KeKe's pushing back against that.
She is.
Which is huge, especially for young people looking up to her.
Okay, remember when Wendy Williams labeled KeKe as sexually fluid?
Oh, yeah.
KeKe did not let that slide.
Nope.
She explained the difference. Sexually fluid, gender fluid. Define them on her terms.
Love that, taking control of the narrative.
It wasn't about getting offended.
It was about educating.
And at a time when understanding of gender is evolving, it's so important to let people define themselves.
Couldn't agree more.
It just shows how important it is to own your identity, not let someone else slap a label on you that doesn't fit.
Right, especially in a world where everything's instantly categorized and judged.
Speaking of labels and judgments, KeKe's reaction to Justin Bieber's video about protecting Billie Eilish.
Interesting.
Justin was talking about the pressures of fame.
Right, I remember that.
And KeKe kind of added a layer to that.
What'd she say?
She brought up the history of child actor exploitation, even referenced Judy Garland.
Heartbreaking stuff.
And KeKe's point was, even if it's not as extreme, those lesser forms of exploitation, they could still mess you up.
It's true, we see the big scandals.
Yeah.
But the subtle ways young talent gets pressured, manipulated, that's harder to spot.
Absolutely.
Keeps reminding us that trauma isn't always a headline.
Sometimes it's a slow burn.
Yeah, a slow burn. Speaking of things blowing up, let's lighten the mood a bit.
Okay, good idea. Remember that Usher concert moment?
How could I forget? Became a whole thing.
Right. But KeKe felt the reaction was way overblown.
Oh, I can see that.
Especially since Usher's had similar interactions with other celebs.
The double standard's kind of glaring, isn't it?
It makes you wonder, would the reaction have been the same if it hadn't been KeKe? A woman of color.
Public scrutiny hits different depending on who you are.
It highlights how our own biases shape what we deem, acceptable, scandalous, whatever.
We all need to check ourselves.
Especially before piling onto online outrage.
Agreed. Now, let's jump back to KeKe's early career for a second.
Okay.
Did you know her first kiss was at 12 on set?
No way.
Her agent even compared it to Megan Good's experience kissing Samuel L. Jackson in Eve's Bayou.
Wow, talk about blurring the lines.
Quite the introduction to Hollywood.
And get this, she landed her role in Medea's Family Reunion without even an audition.
You're kidding?
Nope, talk about talent being recognized.
There's a pattern here, isn't there?
I see it.
Resilience, adaptability.
Oh yeah.
KeKe's career is full of moments where she had to roll with the punches.
And she came out swinging? It's more than luck.
It's that inner strength.
That ability to handle whatever's thrown at you.
Qualities you need in spades to survive, let alone thrive.
Especially in a field as unpredictable as entertainment.
And that brings us to another fascinating aspect of KeKe's life. Her experiences as a mother.
Absolutely. Motherhood has added a whole new dimension to her story.
She became a mom fairly recently, and it's clearly had a profound impact.
And she's been so open and honest about it.
The joys, the challenges, the whole thing.
It's refreshing.
What strikes me is her willingness to share her struggles with postpartum depression and the anxieties of balancing motherhood with her career.
It's so real.
To see someone in the public eye be so vulnerable, so transparent about these issues.
It helps break down the stigma.
Encourages open dialogue.
And it's a reminder that even those who seem to have it all together, they still face real-life struggles.
And let's be real, she's a powerhouse.
Right.
It's a testament to her strength and resilience.
She's able to navigate these challenges while pursuing her passions, using her platform for good.
I think it also highlights the deep connection she has with her own parents.
Oh, totally.
She's talked about how becoming a mother has made her reflect on the sacrifices they made for her.
Yeah, and how it strengthened their bond.
Beautiful example of how life experiences can bring us closer to those we love.
Life comes full circle.
It does.
She's experiencing that dedication, that love firsthand, and it's deepening her understanding of their journey too.
It's a powerful reminder. Our experiences, positive and challenging, they shape who we are,
Right.
influence how we navigate the world.
Makes sense.
And KeKe's willingness to embrace all facets of her life,
Even the messy parts,
the complicated parts,
makes her even more relatable.
and inspiring.
It's amazing to see how she's integrated motherhood into her career and public image.
It's a statement for sure.
Like she's not trying to hide it
Yeah.
or pretend it doesn't exist.
Especially in a society that often pressures women to choose, motherhood or ambition.
You're right. It's like you have to pick a lane.
But KeKe's showing you can be both.
You can be a dedicated mom and a powerhouse in your field.
Exactly.
She's a role model,
For real, for working moms everywhere.
proving you don't have to sacrifice one part of yourself for another.
And she does it all with that trademark KeKe,
Yeah.
humor, realness.
It makes the whole journey more relatable.
Like, yeah, she's a superstar, but she's also dealing with diaper bags and sleepless nights.
Just like us.
Exactly.
Speaking of journeys, I think it's time to talk about KeKe's reflections on her career.
Ooh, good point.
Think about it. She's been in the spotlight for over 2 decades.
That's a lifetime in Hollywood years.
It is. To hear her perspective, how she's seen the industry change, the definition of fame evolve,
And she's done it all while staying grounded.
which is no small feat.
Not at all.
One thing that jumps out from her interviews, the emphasis on staying true to yourself.
So important and so easy to lose sight of in that world.
Right? It's like you get caught up in the Hollywood machine.
You forget your values.
Makes sense, considering her upbringing.
That strong family foundation,
Had to give her the confidence to trust her gut.
even when the outside noise was deafening.
And it ties into the theme of perseverance.
KeKe's had setbacks. Everyone does in this business.
He has.
But she's always used them as fuel.
Learned from them, came back stronger.
Exactly.
It's a reminder that success isn't a straight shot to the top, right?
Nope. There are detours, roadblocks.
It's about getting back up, dusting yourself off, and reminding yourself why you started in the first place.
Having the right people in your corner makes a difference, too.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
KeKe talks about that a lot, the importance of her family, her mentors.
Those are the folks who keep you grounded.
When the industry tries to spin you around,
It's like having a safety net.
you know you can fall back on those relationships.
Get honest feedback.
Be reminded of your worth.
When the industry throws its inevitable curveballs.
So as we wrap up this section on KeKe's career reflections, what are some key takeaways? What stands out to you as valuable advice for anyone, not just in entertainment?
For me, it's authenticity, perseverance, and having that strong support system.
The trifecta.
KeKe embodies those qualities, and it's clear they've been key to her success.
It's a reminder that success is about more than just talent or luck.
It's about cultivating those inner strengths,
Building meaningful relationships.
never losing sight of who you are.
At your core.
Exactly. And KeKe's story shows us it's possible.
To achieve great things while staying true to yourself.
Facing challenges head on, leaning on your support system when you need it.
Now, before we move on, there's one more aspect of KeKe's journey we need to explore.
Okay, what's that?
Her commitment to using her platform for good.
Yes. KeKe's not just about building her own career.
She's actively trying to make the world a better place.
She's a vocal advocate for so many important causes.
Social justice, equality, mental health awareness.
She's not afraid to use her voice.
To speak truth to power.
Inspiring to see someone in her position amplify the voices of others.
Especially those who are often marginalized or silenced.
And she doesn't just talk about these issues, she takes action.
Oh, for sure. Involved with organizations, uses her social media to raise awareness.
Puts her money where her mouth is.
It's a reminder that we can all make a difference.
Regardless of our platform or influence.
Use our voices, our actions, our resources.
To support causes we care about, create positive change in the world.
And KeKe shows us that it's possible to do this work with grace, with humor, with authenticity.
She doesn't take herself too seriously.
But she's dead serious about making a difference.
It's that combination of passion, conviction, and lightheartedness.
That makes her message so powerful.
She's not preachy, she's relatable.
She invites us to join her.
In making a difference.
Makes it seem possible, even enjoyable.
And speaking of enjoyment, KeKe also embodies this idea of lifelong learning, personal growth.
Yes, she's always seeking out new experiences.
Expanding her knowledge.
Challenging herself to evolve.
It's a reminder that life is a journey, not a destination.
There's always something new to learn, a new skill to master, a new perspective to embrace.
And KeKe seems to approach it all with curiosity, with wonder.
Like she's genuinely excited to keep learning, keep growing, keep pushing herself.
It's contagious, that energy. Makes you want to explore new things, too.
Step outside your comfort zone, see what you're capable of.
I think that's a beautiful note to end this part of our deep dive on.
Agreed. KeKe's story is a testament to the power of staying curious.
Embracing challenges.
Constantly seeking growth.
And it's a reminder that life is full of surprises, so we might as well lean into the adventure.
See where it takes us.
It's incredible how KeKe juggles everything.
Right. A demanding career, motherhood, her commitment to social causes.
Where does she find the energy?
It's not just energy, it's focus.
KeKe's clearly intentional with how she spends her time, her energy.
She said in interviews, learning to say no.
To things that don't align with her values.
Her goal.
It's so easy to get pulled in a million directions.
Especially when you're in demand like KeKe.
But knowing your priorities, sticking to them.
That's a superpower.
And it ties back to authenticity.
You think so?
If you're not clear on who you are, what you stand for.
It's easy to get swept up in everyone else's expectations.
KeKe seems to have that inner compass figured out.
Which brings us to a question I've been pondering.
Okay, what is it?
What do you think is the most important quality for success?
In a field like entertainment.
Knowing KeKe's story.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Is it?
There's no single answer.
I guess not.
Talent's important, hard work, obviously, but I think
Right.
what sets people apart is that inner drive
The passion.
that keeps you going when the rejections pile up.
In the setbacks hit hard,
KeKe's got that in spades.
you could see it.
In her performances, her interviews.
It's contagious. Makes you believe, yeah, maybe I can chase my crazy dream too.
It's not just about wanting it.
What else?
Loving the process, the grind, the constant learning.
Because success isn't a finish line, is it?
It's a marathon.
With unexpected hurdles.
So many hurdles.
And as we wrap up this deep dive into KeKe's world,
What are your final thoughts?
I'm struck by how much she's accomplished
She has.
while staying true to herself.
That's gotta be the biggest takeaway.
It's the through line, isn't it?
From child star to multi-hyphenate powerhouse, she's remained authentic.
It's a reminder that we don't have to fit a mold.
To achieve great things.
In fact,
Our uniqueness might be our greatest asset.
so to our listener, if KeKe's story has sparked something in you,
We encourage you to dig deeper.
her work, her advocacy, her whole vibe,
There's a lot to unpack.
a lot to be inspired by.
And maybe, just maybe, it'll push you to take that leap of faith.
The one you've been putting off.
Whether it's a creative project, a career change,
Or simply using your voice.
for something you believe in.
Because, as KeKe's shown us,
The world needs more people.
who dare to be themselves.
Chase their dreams.
With passion and purpose.
That's a wrap.